Okay, so I think I know most of you either through yoga or retreats, or you just found me online, but my name is Leslie St. John, and I am an English teacher and a yogi. And I always thought that these two worlds needed to be, oh, there's my cousin from Arkansas, sorry. Always thought these two worlds needed to be separated. And I remember coming back from Big Sur, like one of the most amazing natural places that I've ever been to in my life. It gives you a big perspective, right? And a friend of mine encouraged me to blend the two. And so Pros and Poses really is a practice to help us get unstuck. And I use the modalities of yoga, koya, and writing to help us unshackle our own creativity, to feel our bodies not as antagonists, but as allies on this journey, and to cultivate more self-intimacy. So the work that we're doing today really is in service of cultivating more self-intimacy with a little bit of movement, meditation, journaling, sharing, and ritual. It's a very simple ritual. A little ritual goes a long way. Today's theme is self-care and service, if you want to jot this down in your journal. How's my volume? Can you hear me well? Okay. So I was thinking a lot about this time, how for some people, this has been an opportunity to go into self-care because life is so much otherwise. And with this great pause, it's really giving people the opportunity to nourish themselves, to meditate, to do practices, to walk in nature. So that's a great opportunity. For others, maybe we're really strong on the self-care end of things, and now is maybe an opportunity to offer your service, to offer your skills and your gifts and your unique and helpful perspectives. And I thought, what a beautiful way to explore this theme than on Earth Day. So truly, we can acknowledge that we are of the earth, and the earth is what comprises us. We are one and the same. There is no real separation. And so any act of self-care for ourselves can be extended outward to care for the earth. When we extend loving kindness to the earth, we benefit from it. We receive blessing from that. And so there's quite a beautiful reciprocity that sometimes we forget. And Earth Day is a great moment to come back into remembering the truth of that. So as we practice today, I ask you to just kind of explore this theme of self-care and service and your own relationship to the earth. So I like to begin all my classes by drawing an oracle card. Lucia, this is for you. And the cards that I'm drawing today are from the Moon deck, a really beautiful deck. And I'll just let you all kind of take a breath with me, and I will draw a card for all of us.
I watered it,
Go ahead and mute yourself. I can mute everybody. I'll go ahead and mute everybody. Okay. So this card is, I forgive and let go with loving ease. Wow. I forgive and let go with loving ease. And so you might just ask, how is this the perfect card for me today? And she's doing a beautiful ustrasana camel pose. Her heart is blasted wide open. I forgive and let go with loving ease. It's an intention, it's an opportunity. Maybe at the end, if you like, I'll read the explanation of that card in more detail. Okay, so if you are working with the playlist, go ahead and open your phone. And the playlist is Nature is Open, which I'll explain that when we get to the writing. And you can go ahead and hit start. I'm just playing it very faintly because it helps me stay in time. Also, you can pin my video if you want to keep me in the big screen. So hit play. The first song is called Love Song. Come into a simple Sukhasana cross-legged position. Can you guys see me? I'll tilt the camera down a little bit more. So this floor work is inspired by one of my teachers in Arkansas, Wesley. Oh, I just happened to be wearing Arkansas Yoga Collective t-shirt, Leah. You might know that studio. So we'll start by bringing your fingertips together, and it's a nice open position, and just bring your point of focus or awareness there. A nice full breath. And start to circle the shoulders up, back, down, and around. So you can keep that point of focus at your fingertips, but you're inviting some mobility into the shoulders, around the heart and the lungs. Good. And then release, take your fingertips behind you, and then vault the heart up towards the sky. Spread your collarbones. And then do the opposite. Bring your fingertips forward and round your back like cat back. Fingertips back, roll the shoulders, lift the heart. Fingertips forward, round the back. You can push down and forward with your hands and kind of pull the heart back. One more time like that. And exhaling. Good. From here, we'll just do simple circles. Bring the heart forward, far to the left, back, and to the right. So you're still grounding through your sits bones, but you're inviting a little circular, flowing, watery movement into the torso. Arms, neck, head can do whatever feels natural. Good. And then so simple, we'll take right hand to right knee, left hand on top of that. Inhale to open the arm any amount, and exhale, bring the palms back together. Inhale, open, stretch, breathe. Exhale, hands together. One more like that. Good. Next time, open the arm and then let it come forward towards the camera, but keep your bottom arm pressing down. Get a big stretch into the side body. Bring yourself up. Switch the legs. Circle the other direction. Again, feeling your foundation, your grounding through your shins, your sits bones. But then inviting this element of flow, remembering how to flow into the torso, the heart, your breath. And we'll take left hand to left knee, palms together. You can kind of press the knee as you inhale, open, make space. As you exhale, bring the palms back together. And this can be like just out to the side or more up on the diagonal, whatever feels good in your body. This next time, bring the arm up and then maybe forward any amount. It's a big side body opening. And then bring yourself upright. Open the legs. This one's a little funky, just go with it. So you're going to externally rotate the hips, the feet, and then grab the inner arches of the feet. Now really press the pinky side of your foot down into the ground and pull against the arches. So it's like happy baby pose, but you're seated upright, or frog pose. Take one more cycle of breath here. Good, and then you'll just let the knees fall to the right. It's called a shin box. So you'll feel this line from your heel to your knee, knee to hip, hip to knee to ankle. And then from here, just watch your hand as it reaches up on the back diagonal and then back down. Good, let the hand reach up. Maybe press the back hand and float the hips. And track your fingers back down. Arm reaches on the diagonal, press back hand, lift hips. Arm reaches down. This time, make a big circle with the top arm, like the helicopter. One more. Good. And then from here, just fold over your right leg. Walk your hands back up. Switch the legs, going to the other side. Kind of find that same shin box shape. Root with the back hand, and we'll just eye track. It's good for your vestibular system. The fingers will reach up on the diagonal and then back down. And as the arm goes up, feel how the hip kind of moves forward. It's a stretch in the front of your hip. And back down. This time you can put weight into the back hand. Lift the hips. It's like a baby version of Wild Thing. This next time, you can circle the top arm like a big helicopter propeller. Good. Lower your seat and then go right out over your left leg. Bring yourself upright. Open the legs wide. Root down through your heels, your shins, your thigh bones. Walk your fingertips forward. This isn't going to be your biggest stretch, but just draw the heart through the gate of the arms. Feel the shoulders pull back and down. Breathe. Good. And then from here, bring the legs back together and center. Let the left toes roll out. Press the back hand, lift the hips. Wild Thing. Lower your hips. Switch the legs. Let the right toes roll out. Pull the other leg in. Press and lift. Good. Lower down. Come back into the shin box shape. We'll go to the right first. This time, keep rotating all the way towards the back and lower down. It's like a twist. And bring yourself upright. See if you can transition without your hands. Just use your core. And then keep rotating all the way around. Enjoy that twist. And then bring yourself back upright. Go back to the first side. Make prayer hands. Inhale your arms up. As you exhale, you'll press into the shins and draw your fist to your waist. Feel the stretch across the front of your pelvis. Firm your glutes. Inhale, reach. Exhale, press, squeeze, lift. Inhale, reach. Feel that length in your torso. Maintain it, lift. Good, reach the arms up, transition, second side, we'll go right into it. Inhale, press through the shins, lift. Lower the seat, inhale the arms. Exhale, press, squeeze, lift. And one more like that. Good, and lower down, release the arms, shake out the legs. And we'll just do, this is cute on the screen. So we'll do circles to one direction with the feet. Your feet are really cute. And then circles the other direction. And now try to go out and in. And then the other way. Great. From here, cross at the shins. And actually, you don't have to cross. You can sit on the shins if that feels okay. You can sit on a prop if that feels better. So I've been inspired by Taryn Tomei's The Class, and this is something called heart clearing. So take the arms wide. And then very simply, we'll tap, open, front, open. Now, if you're listening to the music, you can kind of do this with the rhythm of the music. Let yourself be absorbed in that. You can even close your eyes. So here we are, Earth Day, connecting to the earth, connecting to all of the elements within us, fire, water, air, earth. And start to invite your heart to open any amount more than where it is right now. Now you can stay with this rhythm of the arms, or you can just let the arms open and close simply like this. But keep the heart lifted. Allow the rib cage, the heart, the lungs to move freely. And as you breathe into this heart space, drawing all of your awareness there, maybe offer up an intention that you cast no one out of your heart, even the difficult people, the difficult situations. And if your heart wants to weep, let yourself grieve well. And if your heart wants to laugh, let yourself celebrate well. Give the heart what it wants. And stay with this rhythm, stay with your heart awareness, stay with your breath. Good, start to slow that down. And take one hand onto your heart, one hand onto your belly, and just let yourself land in stillness. And just notice what was stirred up, what was cleared, what is softening in you. And stay there with your breath, with your heart awareness. So there's a teacher, Sao Long, who shared how we breathe. We inhale and we exhale, but our soul breathes like this: experience, express. Inhale, we have experience. Exhale, we express that. Just stay with the rhythm of your breath, breathing in, and breathing out, letting something go. So emotions need to move, they're not static. We have experience and then we express it through our movement, our breath, our words, our writing, our living, our ritual, our creation. And this is living. Stay here for the next minute or so and just see if you can intimately connect with your breath, not directing it. This isn't pranayama, it's just witnessing, feeling the rise and fall of your breath under your hands. Cultivating self-intimacy. So the breath, the inhale, it's the first thing we do when we come into this life. And the exhale is the last thing that we'll do before we leave this world. And every breath between those two is a gift. Every breath between those two is an opportunity to come back to this moment, back to ourselves. So as you're ready, start to transition to a comfortable cross-legged position. If you want to use a prop for your meditation, feel free to sit on a prop. The song that we're using for this meditation is called Being Nothing. But if you want silence, I invite you to just go ahead and mute the music. So as you come into your cross-legged position, maybe surf around a little bit, forward, back, side to side, until you feel evenness or samastitihi through the sits bones. And then if it helps you to tune your awareness inside, I invite you to close your eyes. And then whatever is touching a surface, the floor, your prop, allow yourself to be even heavier there. So drop the weight of your leg bones. Allow your pelvis to be heavy. And it is Earth Day, so you can imagine from your navel downward, you are subterranean, like you're buried securely, safely in earth. If it helps you during meditation, I'll just offer a few visualizations. So you can visualize from the core of the earth the color deep red. And as you inhale, it's like you're drawing that deep red hue up into your feet and your legs. And as you exhale, you can let it recede back down to the core of the earth. Inhale, drawing that deep red hue into the feet, the legs, maybe past the knees, into the thighs. As you exhale, let it recede. Inhale, drawing deep red to the feet, the lower legs, the upper legs, even into the pelvis. As you exhale, let it recede. Stay with that a few more times. And from this secure anchor through the Muladhara, the root chakra, allow yourself to be a little freer and softer through the spine, as if each inhalation allowed you to stroke your spine taller and taller. The hands are light on your thighs. The shoulders fall back and down away from your ears. Throat is supple and soft. Face relaxed. And sometimes we hold our whole lives together by clenching our jaw, or we think we do. So unclench your jaw, toggle it side to side. Continue to breathe, feeling rooted and secure through the lower body, feeling light and free through the upper body. Let your breath be easeful. As if each inhalation were a light cloud floating. And each exhale was like you're putting down a child tenderly with love. There are many reasons that might have drawn you to this practice today, but For some of us, we're maybe coming up against some anxiety in these times. Anxiety is mind pain, but we can mitigate some of that anxiety with our meditation practice. So visualize an old-fashioned hourglass. And the top bulb is maybe your thoughts, your mind. The bottom is the lower part of your body connected to the earth. And just tip the hourglass. Start to feel anxiety, unwellness, troublesome thoughts just falling grain by grain by grain from your awareness down into the earth. And the earth can use this as compost, make something beautiful of it. You no longer need it. Heavy legs, tall spine, watching the hourglass, letting some of the mind pain just siphon away and down. While still feeling connected to the earth, still feeling your body, the sensations in your body, even the lightness of your hands on your thighs. Go ahead and visualize the sky above you, its vastness, spaciousness, freedom, opportunity. And let yourself connect with that bigger picture of your experience of this time of your life. Last few moments here, staying connected to your breath, anchored through the earth, light through the sky. Feel how the earth sustains, supports, and continues to inspire you. Bring your arms out in front of you and rub your palms together vigorously until you start to feel some friction, some heat. And then bring the heel of your hands, your palms right to the eyes and just let them rest. And let the hands fall down. Slowly open your eyes to receive the prana of light. Okay. So grab your journal. How do you feel? You can just give me a thumbs up if we're good. Okay. So this is a practice that I've done before, but I was reminded of it by Elizabeth Gilbert, Eat, Pray, Love Goddess, last week. And I call it present moment practice. It's also a great way to tap into sensory awareness. And as a writer, we want to bring sensory rich descriptive details into our writings. This is a good practice for that. So it's called 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So go ahead in your notebook, you can just write a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So the 5 is 5 things that you see right now around you. 4 is 4 things that you hear in the space around you, maybe nearby, maybe far away. Three things that you feel. So texture, what you can feel. Two is two things that you smell. And one is one thing that you taste. So quick example of this, something that I see is a wall of books. I still don't have a bookcase after living here for 3 years. I see the sunshine. I see Lucy right outside the door wanting to come inside. I see the succulent. I see the lights. Four things that you hear. I hear the hum of the refrigerator. I hear the still resonant sound of the crystal bowl. Three things that you feel. I feel the texture of carpet on my skin. I feel the weight of these dangly goddess earrings. Two things that I smell. I smell coffee. I smell the lavender I brought inside. One thing that I taste a little metallic taste of nervousness. So I'll give you a few moments. If you want to enjoy some music as you're writing, go ahead and you can play the music. Just give yourself, only be about 3 minutes. So it's kind of a quick bullet, rapid journaling. 5 things you see, 4 things you hear, 3 things you feel, 2 things you smell, 1 thing you taste. And you could do this anytime. You can also do this not as writing, but just as kind of a present moment, bring you back into the moment practice. And it doesn't have to be this order. It could be 5 things you hear, 4 things that you smell, 2 things that you see. The idea, though, is just to pause, get in the moment, and turn on your senses and become aware of what is. Okay. So next writing prompt. Now I've turned into the English teacher emoji with my glasses. Next writing prompt, I'm going to read you a poem and then I'll give you the prompt. This is called Blessing the Boats by Lucille Clifton at St. Mary's. May the tide that is entering even now, the lip of our understanding, carry you out beyond the face of fear. May you kiss the wind, then turn from it, certain that it will love you back. May you open your eyes to water, water waving forever. And may you, in your innocence, sail through this to that. Such a beautiful poem, and I'll share it with the group. in an email afterwards. So the prompt here is simply to kind of notice how nature can give us hope and how it always does. So when I went through an MRI experience, I didn't know I was going to have to do this. It was kind of foisted upon me with a neck surgery. And I thought it was going to be maybe 10 minutes like the one I had done before. And they said it was going to be 45 minutes. And I did not do well with that. And I had to come out and gather myself and try again. And I just closed my eyes and went to the Santa Fe sky. And the vastness of that sky, the beauty of that sky is what supported me while being in that very claustrophobic tube. So nature can be such a source of hope for us. So the prompt is by a friend of mine, Betsy Bacon-Blaker. It says, write about what brings you back to life. Write about what brings you back to life. The example that I shared was nature, you know, the beaches in Mexico, Big Sur, but it might not be nature, it might be something else. Write about what brings you back to life. And as you're writing about what brings you back to life, invite in that awareness of the senses as you describe. Taste, smell, feel, what you see, texture, what you hear. And see if you can get to a stopping point there. Just put a period on it or an ellipses, knowing that you can always come back to these prompts and develop what you're writing. I find some of these prompts are almost like a litmus test to help me gauge like where I am in any given moment, and how you answer them on Monday will be different than how you answer them on Thursday. So they're good to come back to multiple times. So I want to take about 5 minutes now to open up the circle to let anyone share. You can share it, maybe just one description from the first prompt, or maybe you want to share a few lines from what brings you back to life. But I want to give us a moment to let you unmute yourself and share your voice. Now, two things to keep in mind with this. This isn't like a writer's workshop where the teacher gives criticism and feedback. This is just a space to support generative writing. So the first thing is, if you read and share, do not start with apologizing for what you wrote. And if you want to do that, my friend Betsy, look, you all laugh because you're going to do that. My friend Betsy offered this up. She says, if you want to apologize, just say, get a load of this. Before you read, just say, get a load of this, and then share. The other thing is we don't give praise and criticism, which I'm learning to do this because as an English teacher, it's just my nature to give praise and point out areas for growth. But it's really just a matter of listening and sharing. Okay, so anyone like to share, you can just raise your hand and I'll unmute you. This is an opportunity for you to share your voice, to share images in a supportive space, descriptions. Okay, Laura, go ahead.
All right, so this is the prompt, the writing prompt. The beauty of the hills reaching up to sacred ground, Father Sky. Decades of ancestors lift the trees up. I can feel their touch, their whisper through the wind. I can smell the sweet grass and cedar perfumey. I can see the trees dance in the cool breeze. It nourishes me, giving me little of substance or sustenances. I can taste the wild raspberries. I know I can connect with the sacredness of Hesapa or the Black Hills.
Thank you, Laura. I love seeing that sweet grass and the specific names and the texture of all the objects that you explored. Anyone else want to share? You don't have to read the whole thing. It could just be a couple of images. Chelsea, go ahead.
Hi. Okay, I have a few images from what brings me back to life. The indifference of nature to my small dramas, the birds sing no matter how I feel, the ocean waves, sand under my feet, the call of gulls to distant shores, stretching hills and sunbeams filtering through trees, trails below branches and open sky, cloudy or clear, the clouds in glorious puffs are draping cold gray blankets.
Beautiful, thank you. I have 2 songs on our playlist about birds, so it's
inspiration
nice for that. Maybe one other person. Anyone else want to share? Casey, go ahead. I unmuted you.
The echo of laughter, the residual belly ache and stray tear of joy, toes in dirt, gripping, seeking, searching, mountain air in its freshness, ferocity, and spontaneity, a warm hug, a heart against a heart, without closed doors, open, inviting, running fingers through fur, interlacing my hands with his. A head on a shoulder, tangled limbs and morning light, the optimism of dawn, the sweet surrender of nightfall, landing, 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 in a place of love, with you, with me, I am home.
These are jazz hands. These are beat poets praise. We can do that. Everybody can see it. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. So this next writing prompt came from a session I was doing, and it was just this simple line, nature is still open. So if you got my email, you know that like I'm really missing coffee shops. I grew up in the 90s. This is the world I live in. I go to coffee shops and I write and do my work there. And I miss coffee shops. I miss the Palm Theater where I could go and, you know, escape my little dramas, like you were saying, Chelsea, and get lost in a story while eating popcorn with nutritional yeast. And I miss those things, but I'm so grateful while there's all these closures during the pandemic, nature is still open and abundant and thriving. And this is an opportunity for us to cultivate a connection to nature. Maybe we've always had one. Maybe now it can be strengthened and fortified even more. So I'll share with you what I wrote and then give you the prompt and let you write. Going outside. Nature is not shut down. It's sky and sea, trail and field, calm lakes and staccato rivers, attentive trees and movable stones, its shoulder softening breeze and sunbath, bird song and insect symphony, eyelash moons and full pupil moons, bones returning to sifted flour, flowers raising to color, quiet folded inside a plane. I released her ashes through my fingers onto the lips and hips of purple wildflowers, howl of the cave in my chest. Wet leaves and kicked crackle leaves, autumn glow and winter white, summer skin and spring rain that blesses a child's first wish, first promise broken. What swims in deep, cool water, what floats like cotton snowflakes on the water's surface, all that multiplies in the night, spider webs of galaxy fractals, all that divides and disappears in the day. Those same woven and respun stories that choke and tangle under a full moon, where do they go in the soft chime, the productive bee buzz of a noon hour? The Laguna Lake Trail is a sturdy stitch. It hymns the water, the weeks, our let it go walks. In Lair Blue, houses across the lake blink on like bright ideas. Lucy sniffs and searches lizards, squirrels, what burrows beneath. In North Arkansas, my father watches 24-hour pandemic news in a silent cul-de-sac. In my memory of Arkansas, we're at his lake house, leaning over the deck railing, calling owls. Who cooks for you? Who cooks for you all? And one calls back, pulsing Morse code. We are not the same, but made of the same stuff. Water, blood, bone, and mystery. 100 billion neurons firing, 50 action potentials per second. This has not changed. Nature opens its hands, its jaw, and lungs. Will we sit near this tree? Willow limbs like grandmother's hands, drawing words across my back. Color, big arcing fingernail circle on top of a stick, purple. Will we walk along this ridge where the sea and sky meet? The falling flat spine of a worn hymnal, the sound of it closing, dropping in one smack to the wood floor. Will we lay on the ground, open our mouths to catch stars, feel them dissolve between teeth, making new constellations in our bright pink gums? When that big wheel begins to turn again, its cogs and teeth chewing time, do not forget this lived dream, this dream of slowing down, when we saw nature as our own body, when we remembered how to breathe. So your writing prompt here is to take that first line, nature is not closed, or nature is still open, and just see where it wants to guide you. I'll give you just a few minutes with this one. I'm putting the prompts in the chat as well. And if you're off and rolling, just continue in that way. If you're kind of at a stuck spot, this prompt might give you some guidance as well. I got this from a cacao ceremony I did this week. Nature is not closed, nature is still open. Honoring myself as the earth and the earth as myself. How can I bring more love to the parts of me, the earth, that are craving love, awareness, honoring, and gratitude? So you might read that a few times and see how it lands. An example is that when I'm honoring myself as the earth and seeing the earth as myself, I recognize there's more to love in the soft and the subtle, not just the bold and the strong. There's so much to appreciate about the flow and not just the fire. So seeing these aspects of the earth that I love, what's soft and flowing, helps me want to honor and appreciate and cultivate those aspects in myself. So I'll give you like 3 more minutes. I'll be quiet and you write. And again, just keep going with this writing, or if you want to take another turn, picking up from our theme today. In other words, where do I need more self-care? Or how can I offer my gifts, my skills, my superpowers? And I know all of you here, so I know that you have these beautiful gifts that are unique to Shauna, that are unique to Candace, that are unique to Leah. Your superpowers in service to the earth, our home, in service to our greater family of all sentient beings. Okay, see if you can get to a stopping point there. You've got these prompts, so you can keep working with them after our session as well. We'll take a few minutes now again to just let anyone share anything that came through. It could just be one simple idea. It could be a feeling. It could be a line that you wrote or a gratitude, but just a few moments to let yourself unmute and share. So you can raise your hand, I'll unmute you. So sharing is really an opportunity to kind of clear out all the times that we haven't been able to share our voice, or all the times when we didn't speak up, or all the times when our words were taken from us and it was not our truth. So in this kind of closed space where we are together, it can be a great opportunity to just practice using your voice, speaking for yourself. And your words bless us, because I love hearing what you have to say. Amanda from Kentucky. Did I not get you? There you go.
Okay. I'm going to share a little story. While sharing homemade tacos with my roommates last night, sitting outside in the fading daylight, it's early spring, not quite time for crickets, enjoying the flavors of black beans, fresh blue corn tortillas, barbacoa. The dogs suddenly rush to the side. We all leap up, and there in the fallen oak leaves is a baby possum.
Mm-hmm.
We all fight to pull the dogs away, shuddering them into the house, this fragile new life protected. As the evening now passes a little more quietly, the bats arrive, silently diving. We grab sweatshirts and socks, staying outside. 1, 2, 3 more baby possums slowly emerge from under the deck. Pulled by the falling night sky, they creep along the house edge, off to hunt little bugs, maybe stalking a trash can in the alley. While we say our goodnights, retreating back to quarantine, screens, books, fear, and wild dreams, nature steadily keeps going.
Mm. Thank you, Amanda, for sharing that. I love we can get at the big universal ideas like love, or like how life keeps going, right? By going through the very narrow doorway of the specific. She didn't start with these big abstractions, life goes on in these weird pandemic times. She started with something so small, a baby possum, right? Did I get that right? And, focus the camera in on that moment, and then that became representative of the larger whole. But it was tangible, and it was concrete, and it was something we could connect to. So that was cool. Thank you, Amanda. Okay, I want to acknowledge the time here. We started a few minutes late, so I still want to go for about 10 more minutes if that's available to you, so that we could do our despacho, very simple despacho practice. So grab your 3 objects from nature, from your backyard perhaps. I first did a despacho when I was in Costa Rica on a Koya retreat, and despacho is a simple gratitude ceremony. How many of you have done despacho with me? Maybe at Sagrada, yeah, or you've just done it on your own, great. And it's a Peruvian practice of coming back into ayni, A-Y-N-I, which means right relationship. So before going on a pilgrimage, practitioners would do a despacho, or at the beginning of the day, they would do a despacho before moving on with the journey, no matter how challenging the trek was, as a way to come back into a place of gratitude and appreciation for self, for others, and especially for nature. So despacho, sometimes the ceremonies are really beautiful and elaborate. The ones that we've done at Sagrada involve lots of objects. But I think that it's important for us to bring ritual or like sacred intention into our daily lives, and to keep it simple so that we can actually do that. The most important part of any ritual or ceremony is your intention, your heart, what you're putting into it. Sorry. And Meister Eckhart shares a quote with us that if the only prayer you ever said was thank you, that would be enough. And so we're going to just say thank you. And then from that place of gratitude, offer up a wish. So rather than offering our wish from a place of lack mentality or fear, which is easy to fall into right now, we offer up our wish or our prayer from a place of fullness. Okay, so pick one of your objects, doesn't matter which one. And you will just first say thank you in your heart to nature. You know, this writing has been really helpful as a way to kind of celebrate nature. Maybe there was a particular memory that came to your mind of how nature was supportive or comforting to you. But just offer up a prayer of gratitude for Mother Earth. You can just say it silently to yourself. Thank you for teaching us about cycles, showing us cycles and seasons. Whatever it is, offer your gratitude. And then so simply, you'll blow your prana, your life force energy, your chi, this gratitude into the object. And so you're really imbuing the object with your own energy and your own gratitude. Okay. And now grab your second object and offer a gratitude for something that's right now. It might be right now in your life or specifically in this moment. I'm grateful that you have come to this call, that you've chosen to cultivate self-intimacy, that you've let me guide you in this journey. So a gratitude for this moment, whatever it is right now. And then when you feel clear with that, again, you can blow your prayer, your energy into the object. Now, if you were doing this on your own, you could do gratitudes for however long you like. I sometimes just do it while I'm hiking, pick up a stone, offer a prayer of thanks, and then put the stone back down, let it fall away. You could do this in a circle. You could do this with a partner if you're having tension in a friendship or in a relationship. It can be nice to do despacho, to come back to shifting our focus to what we can be grateful for. It can be very healing as well. So if you've done this for quite a while, even 10 minutes, 15 minutes, an hour, you really start to recognize the more I say thank you, the more I have to be thankful for. The more I build this superpower of gratitude, the stronger it gets. So from that place, pick up your third object. And now offer a wish. And this wish can be for yourself, something that you're seeking to bring into your life. We're at the Taurus new moon. Any Taurians on the call? May birthdays? Oh, yay. Oh, it's your birthday. It's Shauna's birthday today. Sorry, I screamed at the camera. This is a great time to think about what seeds am I wanting to plant? What are my wishes? What are my intentions? And this can be very personal for you. We'll start with that. And then when it feels good to do so, just flow into a wish for our planet, for this earth. Seeing the resilience of the planet as we've all gone into quarantine has been so encouraging and heartening. And my wish is that it would stay, that we would collectively be able to make changes to let the earth continue to breathe the way it is right now. So moving from a personal wish to a wish for the planet, to a wish for all of us. And then when you are clear on that, again, blow your prana, your life force energy, your prayers into the object. And then you can take all three of your objects and maybe hold them up to the camera just so that we can see them. It's kind of beautiful to get to share in that. Have a leaf, a coral from Mexico, and some sage. Oh, so lovely. You can hold up Stringer again if you want, if he's in the room. Oh, beautiful rose from Arkansas. Water. Nice to see all the elements. Lemon. Lovely. Okay, and if you would, let's do this kind of quick stream of conscious style. Drop some of your gratitudes into the chat box so that we can start to see like, wow, that thing that Chelsea wrote, that's actually something I'm grateful for too. Or wow, that thing that Jeannie wrote, I realized that is a part of my gratitude practice as well. So just dropping in some of your gratitudes. Into the chat box. Grateful for the opportunity to practice and to take some time to contemplate nature. Grateful for the cycles of seasons that remind me to trust, sunshine to soften difficult news. Grateful for rituals and gatherings for the ability to connect. Grateful for the comfort and beauty that nature provides. Grateful to forgive myself and share forgiveness with others. Yes. Trees that shade over my house and ground me. The opportunity to grow. For the release from winter. Yes. The newness of spring. Oh my God. Yes. Psychologically, we need that. Have your sun back. Beautiful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. If it's the only prayer we ever said, it would be enough. So thank you. Nice. Okay, well, that formally kind of concludes our time together. I had another poem I was going to read to you by Tony Hoagland and one more writing prompt, but that feels good for today. If you want those, maybe I'll send out an email and I'll include the poem and the kind of take-home writing prompt. Does that sound like something you would want? Yeah? Okay, cool. The only person's email I'm not quite sure I have is, your name went away, but I think it's Janet, Candace? Yeah, Candace. So I just need one more email. Okay, last thing I want to do today, this is kind of a wild card option. You don't have to, but you might as well if you're here, is a dance party. So to celebrate, we have one more song. It's the last song on your playlist, and it's called Return of the Bird Tribes. And I invite you all to stand up, let yourself dance, play the song, and just really be in this place of gratitude and playfulness and carry it with you into the rest of your day. And go outside and return your despacho to the earth, right? So you can put it in water, you can bury it, you can burn it. You know, there's different ritual ways you can release it, or you can just place it on the ground and say thank you. So take your despacho outside. But before you do that, if you are willing, and I love you all, I invite you to a dance party. So the song we're going to play is called Return of the Birds by Daya Dove, and it's the last song on the playlist. Okay, there's no way to do this wrong. You're just dancing. We're just celebrating the earth. Yeah? Yeah, maybe? Okay. Thank you, everybody. So dancing is a way of anchoring your intention into your body. It's a way of reconnecting with everything that just came up for us. Integration, assimilation. a cute puppy. You can imagine taking the earth as your dance partner, and you're just having a dance party celebrating the earth. Okay. How do you feel after dancing? Better, better. All right, unmute yourself. Say goodbye. Thank you, everybody.
Bye.
Oh, it's so good to practice with you today.